What I meant by being grateful to us is, this is not just for one individual, this is for a lot of individuals. There is a segment in our society, elders, they have been paying taxes for the last few decades. For the longest time of their life, they have been paying their dues, they have been sharing their success with the people. So even while they being able to coming forward and paying their taxes, when they have all the reasons to bypass those taxes, and there are enough and more ways and methods to bypass taxes as well, but these individuals, they have come forward and paid their due. And now that they are elders, we going and putting them into trouble is a very bad thing to do. I'll explain why I say that. Now we have to understand how the technology evolved. The technology evolved from one point to this great advanced use of technological devices and all the technological systems that we have within a 10 to 20 year period, I would say. In 80s, yes, we had computer systems. In 19s, we started using it, but only in 2000s only that the computers and all this technological advancement came into place. And even then, like from the devices that you use in 2000s versus the devices that we have now is quite a difference in terms of the advancement of those devices. So if you take a 70-year-old person, asking them to file their taxes through online system is a hassle to them. One can argue that they can go and get their children or their relatives or their friends or one of their servants or one of their employees to go and do it. But there is a segment in our society, they can't do that because they are not just rich, they are filthy rich. They can't reveal their wealth to a third party. They can't reveal their wealth to sometimes even to their own kids. They can't share those information with their partners because those are very confidential information. All these tax files are previously handled by their personal tax assessors in the Inland Revenue Department. They had all of these people have their personal, there's a person who have taken oath to protect the privacy of these files and to make sure that those private information are not being revealed. So these people, when they have to go and file their taxes through online system, it's not just that you pull out a laptop or pull out a mobile phone and submit. You need to have a scanner to scan some of these documents. You need to have a printer in order to take printouts after you submit your files, so you have proofs. So it's not just going and submitting your files to a system, but there is a lot of logistics around it. Now one can argue that it is their failure that they not been able to have been tech savvy to do that. But I think it is wrong to say that. They might have, if you take for an example a lawyer or a doctor, they might be well aware of their industry. Maybe they just don't know how to get a computer operated. So asking one of those people to go and submit your tax files through a system, and they become helpless. And you have to understand, these are the people who have been running our country, running our society. I'll tell you why so. It is their capital that we have as deposits in the banks. It is their capital that we have in the stock market. In most of the corporate world, people are sitting in a chair thinking that I am selling my intellectual capacity and I am getting a salary out of the organization and I am making a living on my own capacity. But for them to sell their capacity, you need to have an organization. Those organizations are running through the capital that have been invested into the stock market. Be it the money that you borrow from the banks, it is again somebody's money. So these are the people who have lent money. You go and getting a housing, if you have a private house, if you are using a housing loan, that means to say you have taken somebody's money. These are the people who have given their money to the banking system, to the stock market. And now we going and telling them, it is not our problem that you don't know how to use a computer, but somehow you have to go and file your taxes from the system that we have put forward, is we being very ungrateful to what they have contributed towards the society. We being society not showing our gratitude towards what they have done for the society in terms of creating a better society. So that is a one aspect.